Oh, good God. Okay, what's up, y'all? I'm sorry. It's actually about, what, 6 minutes to 8 a.m. here in Colorado. I just happened to have the TV on. It's on ESPN. I always have it on either ESPN or NFL Network in the morning. Currently, Get Up is on. It's about to be First Take. Um, all I'm going to say about this is that they're talking about this new hairstyle that Jimmy Butler's been rocking. I'm gonna have some things to say about that, amongst other things that are pertaining to the world of basketball, but that I had planned for later. I'm sorry. Oh gosh, wow. I mean, just the stuff that they're doing right now. I'm just gonna leave that alone. Anyway, I'm here because I just needed to follow up on a video I did last night where we talked about Jade Cargill actually getting ready to start with the WWE, and just really the fact that it was really interesting. Excuse me, it's morning, I'm still waking up, so on and so forth, but it was just really interesting because, I was thinking about this throughout the weekend, really. And I mentioned also last week, it was reported that WWE had filed a trademark or a copyright or whatever it was for the name Jada Parker. Now, there was speculation that led people to believe this was going to be in reference to Jade Cargill. This was going to be her rebrand. Come to find out that if you watch No Mercy on Saturday night, that's not to be the case. Jada Parker, that's what I was meaning to say, is actually going to be a participant in the upcoming Women's Breakout Tournament on NXT, which I believe does start this Tuesday. I'm not 100% on that. Excuse me. Like I said, it's early. I'm waking up. I've just kicked a little thing here, so pardon me for that. But they're getting ready to start the breakout tournament for the women on NXT. And of course, it was speculated that there was going to be the rebrand, as I said. Jade Cargill was going to be Jada Parker, but nope, that's going to be someone in the breakout tournament. Now, I brought this up because I couldn't help but wonder what they were going to wind up doing. And that was the whole point of the video, as far as, are they going to rebrand her or they're going to keep her Jade Cargill? I mean, it was just funny because I'm pretty sure that when I recorded that video, it was roughly 6:45 p.m., maybe 7 p.m. on the dot. I don't really remember specifically, but at the very least, it would have been pretty close to about the time that they announced the signing of Jade Cargill during Monday Night Raw. I mean, and referred to her specifically as Jade Cargill. Okay, now, there was a reason I felt a significant amount of significance. That's not the way I had planned that, I promise, but there was a great significance to this for a reason. And I knew that simply for the fact that, I mean, let's just be honest. Unless you are a really significant name in the business, it's almost rare that you're not rebranded, repackaged to some degree. I'm just thinking about this carefully. Dragon Lee is still Dragon Lee, despite being that throughout his career in Mexico, through the Indies, and even his time in New Japan. That's been what we've known him as, is Dragon Lee. That remains to be the case. Same thing was true with AJ Styles. I think there was no doubt in anybody's mind that when it became common knowledge rather, that Cody Rhodes was headed back to the WWE, he was still going to be Cody Rhodes. And it was interesting, he even kept his music, entrance, gimmick, everything. So, it's going to be really interesting to see how that goes. I largely expect that to be the same for a lot of the bigger names, specifically if they're leaving from AEW to go to WWE, much like Jade and Cody. I think a lot of people think of MJF when it comes to that sort of thing. So I believe it's just fair to say that names like that, and another example of that, guys that have gone to and from WWE multiple times over the years, the Hardys, that's a great example. They're still the Hardys, and then Keith Lee is still Keith Lee, which is what he's been throughout his career wherever he's been. So, all of that being said, I just find it very, very fascinating, and I'm actually glad to know that she will still be Jade Cargill, but I can't wait to see the presentation. I mean, is she going to keep her entrance, her gimmick? That's just going to be real interesting to see, and they even showed some pictures of her at the PC, and that's pretty awesome because, you know, it just goes to show that there's going to be significant promise. They're taking it very seriously within WWE, and they have some really, really big plans for her. And I literally can't wait. She even references Nia, Bianca, Rhea, all the big names in WWE right now in that women's division. She's ready for all of them, and I am too. I cannot wait to see this. I just had to get on real quick to talk about that a little bit. Like I said, it was just funny. Like, it literally wouldn't have been more than, I'd say, 10-20 minutes within me recording that video and the point that they actually announced this. I mean, how does that actually work? And like I said, the real important part about this that needs to be remembered is I have no access to seeing Monday Night Raw on USA until it airs on Hulu TV at 9 p.m. Now, if I have certain other sites, like if it were Dish or Satellite, or I think Sling is another example, I'd have seen that on time. But that's not the case for me, so please keep all of that in mind when you watch this, and just think about that specific detail, because it does matter, and there are reasons for that. All the same, let me know what you guys think. Are y'all hyped for Jade Cargill? I know I am. Let me know what y'all think. You know what it is. Like, share, subscribe. I'm going to get at y'all. Have a good morning.